Hello, everybody. Welcome to Post Boardem. This is where we talk about games that we've played after we have played them, kind of pick the brains of everybody who played, the people who won, people who lost, see what they thought about said game, give you guys a little more insight into the game that we played, why we like it, why we don't like it, kind of give you some more added insights to see whether you would want to purchase it and play with your friends or not. So yeah. Drew was our latest winner of Unstable Unicorns, the ruthless card game where pretty much everything you play is obscenely overpowered. If you watched our video on that, you would see why. But yeah, Drew, give us maybe the quick rundown of, you said this was your first time winning? I doubt that's accurate, but...
This is my first time winning.
I mean, if it is accurate.
Excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a game where every time that we play, I have a different strategy, and none of them have ever worked.
Well, I feel like in a game like this, you're like, this is what I'm gonna do, and by the time anyone else goes, you're like, that's completely out the window.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're not even like allowed to come up with something.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, even this game that we just played, like, if you've played Unstable Unicorns, the Yay card is one of the most overpowered of the overpowered, wherein
God tier.
if you have it as an upgrade, nobody can play one of these Nay cards against you, which negates whatever you're trying to do unless you can Nay it back. So that's super useful in terms of being able to play things into your stable without worrying about people neutering you and saying you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I had that in the beginning of the game, and then someone played a card that got rid of it. So it lasted, not even a turn around the table?
I think so. We've had this game for over a year now, and we've played it a lot. Granted, not recently, but we have played it many times, and I think we're all aware that the Yay card and this Fertile guy are like the two must-haves. Because not being stopped is a huge plus, but being able to play 2 unicorns a turn is just a snowball, and it's really hard to keep up with.
Yeah, I mean, there are other ways to do that.
Yeah.
I remember the horniest unicorn, which attracts unicorns from other stables into your stable. I've won a game that route before, where it's like I played something... or I activated it to be the 6th and then played one as the 7th, and I won that way, which was cool.
Anything that gets you a swing of more than 1 unicorn is how you want to do it. Because if this might not be as common of a game, but most people have played Munchkin, I feel like, or more people have played Munchkin than this.
I'd say it's more popular than this.
And it's that similar thing where if you're level 9, you're going to be everyone's target. Similar to this, if you have 6 unicorns, everyone's coming after you. But at 5, if you can make that swing to get 6 and 7, you'll be able to slide under a lot easier.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of the time in this, it's basically like playing at level 9 Munchkin.
Yeah, the whole game is.
Yeah, because everybody's gunning for you because only one person can win.
They'll have a baby, play a basic unicorn. And it's like, oh, you did what now?
Yeah.
And they'll blow you up.
Yeah.
And it's either you throw the kitchen sink at somebody or you lose. So you're kind of forced into playing that way.
And sometimes you don't have a unicorn, your only option is to ruin the entire game.
Yeah.
So.
I think somebody won with the puppy corn one time too.
Yeah, it shifted.
Yeah, it slides around.
The puppy corn is a card where it's just a puppy unicorn and you put it in your stable, but after each turn it just meanders its way to the next stable. So it has randomly worked out where you can kind of see it happening as it shifts around the table, like, oh, that's going to link up and be number 6, potentially for that person's number 7 stable winning card. So that's an interesting...
Yeah. I think I really enjoy the part of this game where you have to be on your toes and super adaptable. It doesn't work well, I think, for people that are long thinkers that have that analysis paralysis. They're like, what am I going to do? And then this game changer happens, and then they're even more overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So that can make the game take a really long time. I mentioned it in the video, but my biggest critique of this is just how many freaking cards there are.
Yeah.
And there are so many cards that are search the deck, search the discards. And when you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cards to look through, it just drags the game so long.
It's definitely one of those, like, if you're super familiar with the cards and you know which ones are the best, or at least the ones that you like the most in terms of strategy, it helps speed it along. Because you can just be like, I want this card, I know what it does. You pick that out of the deck.
Yeah.
But even still, like, finding it is another chore.
It's a pain. But
like, if we cut it in the video for YouTube, but we were, like, splitting up. Like, here, you search this third, you search this third, because it's just, there's so many to go through. And I mentioned it, too, but
there he goes.
I've got a whole other deck of these that I've never even opened, because the thought of adding this many more cards to it is just insane.
It's a little too much. I mean, these don't fit in the box that they came in.
Yeah, no.
Mostly because we put sleeves on them, but I mean, you'd think that they could accommodate
even
that.
without sleeves, I don't think they would fit.
No, there's too many.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's this tiny box they're all supposed to fit in.
Yeah. But I feel like this was
very reflective.
Probably the first game of this that we played where, like, the upgrades and downgrades didn't play a huge role.
For sure.
I didn't blown up all the time.
I didn't pull any.
I don't know that we've played with this small of a group before, so maybe that played into it too. But, like, usually the upgrades and downgrades are a pretty big swing, either because they sit there for a long time because it's not impacting anybody and you always have this curse weighing you down, or the upgrades stay there for longer and just help somebody in a game-changing way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fun game. One of my favorites. I know not everybody enjoys it as much as I do, but I like the cutthroat aspect of it, where it's like, if you go into it thinking I'm just gonna have fun playing this and take all of our cards are now gone, or like you have to go down to 2 cards in your hand, the things that are just completely game altering, and you're like, well, I would have won, then it can be a lot of fun just because of the chaos that ensues.
Yeah, it's absolute mayhem. You don't play with anyone that takes things personally, and
they'll never forgive you.
Yeah,
ever.
And
you will lose friends.
I think I touched on it. This was a Kickstarter game. That's how we got our hands on it, but it is retail available now, so you can go pick it up wherever. You didn't miss the boat.
Yeah, I don't know if there was anything that we didn't really touch on. I feel like it's one of those games where even if you don't win, you can have fun. I mean, there are the games where it's like you end with 2 unicorns in your stable. You're like, wow, I wasn't even close. Like, that was not fun. But I mean, it is what it is.
It just depends. If you play with like 7 people, it feels impossible. Like no one's ever gonna win. You're like 2 hours in. Well, because this should take 10 minutes.
It's your turn.
Yeah.
And then if it's 7 people, it's your turn. There's 6 game-breaking cards before you get to go again. And by the time you have 6, it can go back to you and it could be empty.
Well, I mean, there were a couple times that I played cards, and the second I played it, you were like, well, there goes my plan. Yeah. And you have to pivot immediately.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know that he's gonna do that, but it's just kind of how it works.
If you have a good group to play it with, I would give this like a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
I don't know why the scale is at 5, but yeah.
8 out of 10. I would give it
9.5 out of 12.
7 out of burrito.
9.5 out of 12. I like that one.
9.5 out of 12.
I'll take 9.5 out of 12.
It makes it seem like you're doing better.
This gives it an average score of an A-.
All right, guys. Well, let us know what you think about this type of content, talking about games after we've played it. This is Post Boredom from the Boarding Party crew. Thanks for sticking around, learning a little more about Unstable Unicorns. Really fun game. Again, I probably enjoy it more than the rest of the crew, but it is what it is. Solid win for Drew. Yeah, I'm a little bitter that I didn't keep my winning streak up, especially on camera. But, that's how it goes.
Oh, I'm now undefeated on camera. We'll just never play it again. It's great.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. All right, well, see you next time, guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
Thanks for supporting us.
Herster, Irishburn.
Just end it with whatever that Cut out all of our goodbyes.
What did he say? They're like rewinding it over and over.
That, and then as it goes to credits, have that part. You just end on that. And then that's all I have.
Oh, God, that's going to be fun.
Oh, boy.